gente? It's your boy D once again coming to you guys, ready to share some love and a little bit of knowledge. Today, a lot of you guys always ask me what you think about El Salvador, what you think about President Bukele, what's your opinion on him, what do you think he's doing to the country, you think he's doing good, you think he's doing the right thing. I have always told you guys that I have never liked the way he conducted himself from the very jump. And I have made a couple points towards why I felt that way and why I think he was doing a lot of stuff wrong and why I think his way of doing things was just not right. Well, today I'm gonna play a video for you guys. I'm gonna play a clip and then we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna discuss it and we're gonna go from there. I played it on my live last time, but I'm gonna leave the link here so you guys can see it. With that said, man, don't forget to hit the like. Don't forget to share and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, go and hit it. If you haven't subscribed to the other channel, Khalifa Rebels, go and subscribe to it. Check it out. We're going to be dropping another video over there. Don't forget to leave a comment in here if you want to hear more about what's going on in the motherland. Hit me up. Let me know. I will make sure I get back at you guys. With that being said, let's get into the topic. A lot of you guys always ask me, do you think Bukele is doing a good job? Do you think Bukele is the good president because of everything that he did against gangs? I have always stated and I have always make sure you guys understood where I was coming from. Even as a gang member, I understood that if you're in a movement, if you're out there gaming and doing what you think you're supposed to be doing for the game, you're going to get caught, you're going to get killed. Now, all gang members are aware of these two situations. You're either gonna go to jail, you're either gonna be paralyzed, or you're gonna or you're gonna die. That's a factor of life. All of the gang members are aware that you can get locked up anytime while you're committing crimes out there. You're doing what you're doing. Homeboys, as well as the 18 streeters in El Salvador, knew this. So when Bukele came into place, I saw a lot of things that I didn't like about how he went about it, the movement, the way things did. What type of man create his own party because he don't align his ideas with different parties that already been established in the country, create his own party, put his own ideas, get himself elected to be a mayor in El Salvador, and then go on to run as the savior for El Salvador, the president, becoming president and painting himself as the savior, El Salvador, like the savior for the country. He started attacking the gangs and he ran with the propaganda. He did what he's supposed to do. So he said he locked all these people up. On the course of locking gang members up, he also locked up a lot of innocent people. People that used to be gang members that were now Christians, that were following the pot of God, the God. He locked them up. He put them in jail. And he didn't give them a fast proceeding so they can prove they're innocent, they can prove their stuff. He didn't even allow their families to know where they were being incarcerated, where they were being held at. He didn't give nobody the chance to figure out if they were on the Bartolinas, what they call the Bartolinas, which is like the small police stations, or they were like on the main district of the prisons. He didn't allow no family members to know nothing. He literally put a blanket on top of it and said, you guys will not know nothing about your guys' family. There was a lot of people that got snatched up because they either were family members of gang members, they were the wife of gang members, they were the baby mamas of gang members, they were mothers of gang members, aunties, cousins, with the simple fact that he put pressure on them to basically say, well, I couldn't arrest you, but I'm going to arrest somebody in your loved one. And now it's going to be up to you whether you're going to turn yourself in for your loved one, you're going to be a scandalous scallywag and just let them suffer. Which to me, I don't think that was proper. I don't think that was right. I don't think that was honorable at all. His way of doing things, he went about it like a straight dictator. And I've been saying it from the very beginning when you guys asked me. I felt like he was trying to be a dictator. I felt like he was trying to turn El Salvador into a communist country. And that's why I didn't like a lot of the stuff that he did. I wasn't agreeing on. The gang members know what they're supposed to do. Take them to jail. Do what they have to do. Let them do what they have to do. Why locked up their mothers, their baby mama, just because they have some type of affiliation with them due to either a child or because they're their father or their mother. I don't think that's right. I think that's unconstitutional. I think that the human rights were being violated in a lot of ways. And on top of that, he went over there and took out their mattresses, their blanket. He didn't left them no toothpaste, nothing. He treated them like a straight garbage, like a straight non-human beings. Which is, at the end of the day, they're still human beings. They're still a person. Give them what they got coming: toothpaste, toothbrush. Let them wash. I don't want to be in the cell with like 10 dudes that smell like a straight sweat the whole night and farting and stuff like that throughout the whole day because they can get through the necessity. That's just not right. It doesn't matter what crime they committed, they still have the right to be treated as a humans. And on top of that, he went as far as to trying to erase the memory of gang members from El Salvador. He wanted to erase that plague that he sent armies and a bunch of police officers to go knock down the murals and the plate where the gang members were buried in the cemetery. He went and basically had them smash every single plaque that had anything to do with like gang members or where gang members were being buried. He went and knocked down the plaques to try to erase the thought of gang member. What could they do to you? They're already dead. And on top of that, he went on and on and on, created a whole prison system based on his idea so he could put the dangerous and the worst of the worst to punish them. Okay, you did that. But the next step was supposed to be to rebuild El Salvador, right? To give the Salvadorian people a better country, a better look, to create jobs, to create opportunity for them, because they didn't have the stuff that was stopping them from doing that. They didn't have the plague. They didn't have the gang members. But you didn't do none of that, Bukele. He didn't do any of that. What he went and did was trying to make businesses with the American community, with other people in Europe, to trying to bring business to El Salvador with the ideology that they would not pay taxes if they made a company over there. If they put a company up there, they wouldn't pay no taxes. Their taxes will only be paid by the Salvadorian people. The people that will go over there, he will even offer to give them 5,000 passports and documents for them to go over there and give them as basically a citizenship of Salvadorians so they can live there. And what that was gonna create inflation. Everything, the prices on everything over there was gonna skyrocket, just like it did over here in the United States. And he wasn't gonna let them pay. El Salvador was known for having street vendors. Everywhere you went, El Salvador always has street vendors. You go on a bus and you do a stop, a street vendor will come out there with chicharrones and tortillas, with candies, with reguas. People that know this food, they will know that. The chicharrones will be like the pork chicharrones will be stuck on an asador, what we call an asador, a little metal stick. They will have that, and then they will have the first warm tortillas, and then when you ask it, they will take out like 2 tortillas and like 3 pieces of chicharrones and give it to you. Candies, you will always find candy, fruit. You always have people, the cornmen, the paletero men, the ice cream men. You always find these vendors selling coconut water, selling fruit. Everywhere in El Salvador, selling hot dogs. All of that stuff was always being found in El Salvador because they were known for the street vendors, pupusas, atoles, hot dogs, fruit, coconut water, ice creams, shaved ice. You will always find that in El Salvador because that was a common thing that a lot of the Salvadorian people, that's how they will make their money. The poor society that he's not looking at it, the people that live in the villages and the cantones, that live far away, that doesn't live in the city, how you think they make their money? By putting a big old canasto, like a big old stuff on top of their shoulders and going down the hill to sell fish, crabs, cheese, Whatever they could get their hands on and they could build, they would put it on top of there and go over there in a big ass container made out of bamboo. And that was the way they could earn money so they could feed their family. I didn't see nothing wrong with it. People here didn't see nothing wrong. They were the street vendor, just like the elotero man over here. Just like the corn man, the ice cream man, the elotero, the ones that sell up in LA. They're making a living for their family. They're making a living for themselves. Let's say you have about 9 people in one household and only one person works, and that's the man, and he only sells corn. And now all of a sudden they can't even do that because the police is coming and taking that away. If you don't want them to have corn, if you don't want them to be selling in public or on the streets, let them go through their proper channels and get a permit so they can build a little changarrito where they can make the pupusas and they can pull the little stuff, they can pay the little taxes, they can help the health department and then be happy about it. But you're not allowing them the opportunity to become ownerships of business because you don't want to help the people. You don't want to help the poor. You want to help the rich. You want to help the people that is making you money, the people that are supporting you, the people that always donate to your campaign. That's who you supporting, Bukele. You're not supporting the poor people. You're not supporting the gente. You're not supporting the pueblo. There's a lot of structures, infrastructures in El Salvador that are beautiful. They're coming down. They're being torn apart throughout the years and ages. You haven't done not one thing to try and get them fixed. We have a big old beautiful Golden Gate that runs from San Ildefonso all the way to San Vicente. That's a big ass bridge. They took it down when the guerra took off. You say you were gonna make it happen, you were gonna build it, you were gonna do this. Yeah, you build a couple bridges that allow people to go to school, which is okay, that's fine. What about the Angel of El Salvador? Big old monument that we have in El Salvador. Or Salvador del Mundo, the savior of the world, that big old statue. It's coming down. Why? Because you're not allowing people to invest the money. You're only investing on Bitcoin and things that will make you money and rich. That's why I never agree with your politics, because you created a party that were made out of your own ideas. And when you became president, you put your cousin or your brother, if I'm not mistaken, into the party to become the president of the party. And then you move other pawns, other family members, and put them on the Senate. So whenever you have a new law that you want to change, you know you have that on the pocket and secure because they have your back. There's nowhere in history where a Salvadorian president has run twice back to back because they couldn't be done. They couldn't be doing because it wasn't the law. So what do? You go and change the law. Change the law and made it so that you can step on down 90 days before the election so you could be re-elected, knowing that the law was going to pass because you had your people in the party in there in the Senate, which it did pass. Then you step on down, give it to the lady, and made it seem like, oh, the female's running in Salvador. Oh my God. We so advanced now that a female's running in Salvador. She did a bunch of shenanigans. Then you step back in, and now your people's being investigated. Your cabinet is being investigated. Roscoe Luna, that do the president of the prisons, he's being investigated for taking bribes and taking money and driving gang members from one prison to another to create the peace that you had the talks to, and then you say you didn't have nothing to do with it. What happened to the $2 million the gang members give you? What happened to that money? Where did it go? It went to your pockets and to your campaign. They help you become a president. You swore to them when you were with the FMLN, when you were with the guerrilla party, the FMLN, you swore to the MS and to the 18 that you were going to continue the talks, that you were going to continue the peace. And you went and lied to them. And that's why they started doing all that killing on one day when they killed the 81 people. Because you lied to them and they show you what they could do. And you got mad because they front you off. So you went and did what you did. But it was all a ruse, because if you wouldn't have never dealt with them, if you never had no dealings with them, you would never have lied to them and start placing their leaders where you wanted them to place instead of leaving them there where they were supposed to be at. That would have never happened. The 81 people, they got killed that one day. Their blood is in your hands because you're a liar. You lied to this gang member. I'm not saying they're right for killing the Salvadorian people. I'm not saying that. That's not what I'm saying. They're wrong for doing that too. They're out of pocket for killing the innocent people, but they try to show you that they could get to you. So what do? You create this big old rules. Oh, it's gonna be war against the gangs. It's gonna be this and this and that and that. And you start creating a whole rules. You got the army MiG in there. You got the police. You got the military to help you out with that. And you invested that bunch of money in cars, technology, and all of that stuff. The money you supposedly took from the dirty politicians. Where's all that money go? You took mansions, you took money, you took cars, you took boats for a lot of politicians. Where's the money at? Where sold the houses you took back from the dirty politicians? That ain't got sold. The Salvadorian people haven't seen no thing. And now what you're doing, what your people is doing now, they're under investigating for dirty laundry, false compromising, taking money out of it, misuse of funds, dealing with gang members, all this stuff they're coming out with. You basically saying, well, I wasn't aware of it, that my party was doing that. You're trying to clean your hands like all politicians say, well, I didn't know what he was doing. I put him in a position, but I didn't know what he was doing there. That's his doing. You're good at pointing fingers. And now what we just saw in that video that I showed on my last live, that I'm going to put the link up here. You're sending police people to take over the street vendors and take away their cars and be aggressive. They pushed that old lady for that car. She didn't want to give it up, so your policeman pushed that lady. Almost dropped it. And the little girl, there's a hero. I applaud to her, that little girl. She recorded the whole incident, and she followed you guys in the truck talking crap to you soldiers and to the police. And the only reason why I believe they didn't put her in the back of the car and beat her up was because she was a little girl. It was because she was a little girl and there was a lot of people filming. That's why I believe they didn't throw her, bend her up, twist her up and throw her in the back of the car. But she spoke against you. That little girl spoke against you, and she spoke nothing but the truth. She said, what about if there's 9 people in one household and that's the only way you can make money? Who's going to feed them now? He said the country's doing bad. The president's doing bad. Whatever he's doing is not correct. She said it. We've been saying it from the very jump. But you guys thought I was saying it because I was a gang member from the gang member side. No. He's trying to turn El Salvador into a communist country. We shouldn't allow him to do that. We shouldn't allow him to do what Castro did to Cuba, to become a communist country where he can rule, nobody can tell him anything. That little girl sent him a message, said, President, what are you doing? You taking food away from their mouth, but you're not providing no jobs? You're not providing no way opportunity to where they can go and get some food, get some help? Bring truckloads of food where you can go to villages and where people are starving and give it. I see video. I talk to my family members in El Salvador that I still have. They live like in the villages and the outskirts of the city, deep inside of the monte. And when I ask them, like, hey, do these people come there? They don't, nah, hell no. They don't come over here and give us nothing. They never have. They don't even come here to see if something's wrong. So sometimes they have to fix their own problems. But yeah, this is the person that we elected. An asshole. A dictator. They took money from gang members and dealt with them until they put them on blast. And then he was like, I didn't do it. No, then what you did, Bukele. Tell the Salvadoran people the truth, man. Yeah, it's a beautiful country. Now people that haven't been up there 30, 40 years can go visit the motherland. That's a beautiful thing. I love when people keep going back to motherland. I'm all down for that. It's now becoming a tourist city. Yes, sir. Let's get it. Let's bring El Salvador to light. Because El Salvador is a beautiful country. It's a small, beautiful country. You can go and visit. You fell in love with all the beaches, the dark sand beaches, the warm waters, all of this stuff. It got a beautiful side. El Salvador is beautiful as hell, man. But what they doing to the country is tearing it up apart. Putting gang members against society, and that's not gonna happen. So, with that said, man, that's my thought, and that's why I don't like the president, because I believe what he's doing is on for his own benefit, his own gain, and to align his pockets, nothing else. That's where I stand to it. That's my opinion. I hope you guys like it. I'll leave the link on this or the video of the little girl chasing the truck so you guys can hear what she got to say. And let's support it, man. Let's stop supporting these communist dictatorship presidents that we have in our motherlands. With that said, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to leave a comment. Let's get the conversation going. Let's get it.